Hey guys, welcome back to Best of the Rest. First, I should probably start off with an apology for all the guys that have already watched me ramble about these impacts over and over again. But it keeps coming up. I got guys that keep asking, but what about the Hercules and Bauer? What are the differences? So let's do a little bit deeper on these. Basically, what it boils down to is when you're talking about Hercules and Bauer, Bauer is the weaker of the two impacts. In technical foot-pound numbers, you're looking at about 600 foot-pounds with the larger battery to about 900 foot-pounds with the larger battery on the Hercules. Now, what does that transfer into in the form of physical work? Anything a guy who's just doing stuff around his house or is working in an automotive shop and he's just dealing with what we'll call standard size vehicles, things that aren't heavy duty. I mean, if you're fooling with dump trucks and payloaders and heavy equipment all day long, the Bauer is not the gun for you. But if you're doing tire rotations and oil changes and the things that you would see in a standard shop in just a regular automotive field, the Bauer is more than sufficient. It'll break all the lug nuts you want. It'll break all the CV axle nuts you want. There are very few things on a standard size automobile that it's not capable of. The Hercules, on the other hand, is capable of those more higher torque ideas. You can get into the heavy equipment. You can get into the 350s and 450s and 550s. I'm just using Ford as an example here, but the heavier things that require a little bit more. I carry a Hercules Ultra Torque in my tow truck, mainly for the reason that my lugs are tightened to 600 foot-pounds, and the Bauer would probably break them loose if I was looking to do that, but, you know, it's a 6 one way, half a dozen the other, and I'd rather know. Now, in terms of quality, what are you getting? In my opinion, the Bauer brushless is probably the best quality you're going to get in a budget impact without jumping up to the Hercules. There are a few other ones out there. There are the Hyper Tough High Torque. There's the Clutch High Torque. And all of those are very, very capable in terms of what they can do. My only question is in terms of longevity. How long are they going to last? They do tend to be made out of less expensive components. They do tend to have slightly cheaper internals, slightly cheaper body moldings. The Bauer was designed to hold up. Not this one in particular, but another unit we have around the shop. We have worked for several years now without any issue. And my experience with Bauer tools in general tends to be, if they work for the first 90 days, they're just going to continue working. And usually the bad apples are rooted out within the first day or two, not within the first 90. So, some people get concerned about the warranty with the Bauer. I've never really found it to be a thing. I've never purchased a warranty on a Bauer tool. The Hercules, on the other hand, again, is more, I'm not going to say it's professional grade, make your own determination on that, but everything inside the Hercules is of a higher quality. It's higher quality electronics, it's a higher quality motor, it's a higher quality impact mechanism, and everything is just simply more balanced. In my opinion, and I'm sure I'll hear about it, but the Hercules is the equivalent to a lot of higher end brands. I would grab a Hercules just as fast as I would grab a Milwaukee or a DeWalt. With all that being said, which one is best for who? If you're a DIY guy, if you're in the automotive industry professionally and you're just dealing with smaller vehicles, the Bauer is more than sufficient. If you're already in the Bauer lineup, already have Bauer batteries, buy it. You will be happy with it. I pretty much guarantee it. The Hercules If you've been in the field for a while, if you're doing heavier things, if you're dealing with medium duty and heavy duty trucks, again, buy it. You will be more than happy with it. The Hercules, power wise, falls in between the second and third gen Milwaukee guns. If you've ever used a second or third gen Milwaukee gun, you know what they're capable of. This one is just as capable. And we're not even talking about when you add the higher output batteries to these things. When you bump yourself up from the standard 5 amp hour that you would typically see with either and move up to the 8 amp hour or the 12 amp hour, which is available for both, it substantially increases their capabilities. You can move up to, for instance, the Bauer with a standard 5 amp hour probably puts out right about 600 foot-pounds as far as tightening capability. With the 8 amp hour, I would estimate that to go up to about 700 foot-pounds. Now, we're working on some testing equipment right now to be able to actually prove that, and hopefully we'll have it up soon enough to where I can start backing up my opinions with facts, at least on video facts. The Hercules, on the other hand, you take it, and right now it's capable of around 800 foot-pounds or so with a 5 amp hour battery. You move up to the 8 or 12 amp hour battery, it's capable of very close to 900 foot-pounds. And we're talking about tightening. Obviously, loosening tends to be about 20% easier, so you can bump those numbers up by about 20%. But I hope this helps the guys that keep asking about these two. Hope to see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.